Hello everyone, I'm Jade Reed from Sonder Media, and we are here with
Pat Sansone.
Alright, so we just had an amazing show from Wilco at the Fillmore. And one question, Pat, when
You
you're...
have a great radio, television presenter voice, by the way.
I appreciate it.
You jump right in there.
Thank you, brother. So, when you're playing tonight's show, does any remembrance of the good old days in the 90s and 2000s come back of thinking, we've made it here and this is where we are, or is it just another show?
Well, I think it's kind of a combination of both. I mean, it's like I've been doing this for so long. We've been doing this for so long that, there's a lot of it that just does kind of become muscle memory, which is not a bad thing because it just becomes kind of part of you, and you're just sort of a channel for this thing that you've sort of been practicing and honing for so long. So. But yeah, I mean, there's many moments like when I find myself thinking like, how did I get here? Like, how is this happening? Like, look out at a crowd and like a crowd like tonight, which is a good size and so much energy. It definitely lifts you up.
Well, thank you on that. And another thing is, I'm sure like as a kid, you saw the Beatles as something that was just magical, some higher being, some might say. And how does it feel that even you now might be that for some other person who would have been your age back then? Well, they would have been now, but you're now kind of that magical being of guitar and an inspiration to so many.
That's it. Well, that's a very flattering thing. I mean, and yeah, and no, I do. I feel a lot of gratitude for being able to do what I do.
Of course.
As a profession and be able to do it with so many people listening and paying attention. I mean, it is a very special thing. So I really try not to take that for granted, because I'm still a fan. I mean, I'm still that Beatles fan. I still am a fan of music and all kinds of music, and I just I'm still a curious listener, and I still think that there's a lot of magic in not just music, but just art and creativity in general. I mean, it's like the magic kind of connective energy that connects us all. So I feel honored to be just a part of that continuum, and try to enter into it with respect.
I appreciate that answer, and even just to say, for me and my pal Nicholas over here, you've definitely inspired us. I mean, I have almost every Wilco album on vinyl. I play it constantly, and sometimes I just think, wow, like this is, and you might not admit this, but in some ways I think it's a second coming of Beatles in some way. You guys' musicianship, your instrumentation and lyricism is just something so out of this world that I must appreciate. And yeah, thank you for the interview.
Great to meet you.